My name is Abias Huongo. I'm coming from Angola. I work in the Ministry of Environment and I work as climate change focal point, also as National Communication Project Coordinator. Also I'm the one that dealt with NAPA preparation, and I'm participating on NAPA implementation so far.
Okay, good morning. Can you identify 2 to 3 entry points for developing a NAP in your country? And for example, are there policy and institutional measures already in place that can facilitate the NAP process? Or otherwise, could adaptation measures be integrated into ongoing development planning in your country?
Of course, and the process that we have started, we thought that it is a very important issue for us to start elaborating on a mandate, because we feel that this is an activity which can be given to Minister of Environment as the one who deals with the climate change, and also it is important that other ministries, developing ministries, participate on this particular program. On that, we saw that it's important to start with the mandate to the NAP process, and we have requested that. So far, we're still waiting for the approval of the mandate that we support to. Other thing that we think that is important, and we have been dealing with, is that we have interministerial commission on climate change. We thought that this should work as steering committee to support all the NAPA preparation and even implementation. Saying that because the interministerial commission has got instead of part of Minister of Environment, another 20 other institutions which involve line ministries and important ministries with finance, economy, territory, agriculture, fish, petroleums are part of that commission, which we thought it's important. But nevertheless, the commission includes representatives of civil society and also academia. On that, we thought that it's good to start working on reviewing the mandate given to that particular institutions to include the NAP process for us to facilitate the integration of NAP considerations within the development and specific project initiatives developed by those institutions. The other third element which we think that is important, but we didn't start to work on that yet because we are waiting for the first two, are the local administrations, because we think that it is very important that they participate on that, because they plan. They do planning, they implement activities, and it is important for them to be aware that there is this instrument that can support us on day by day and dealing with the issues that are coming and they are related to climate change. On that, we think that yes, it's good for them to be aware, and how we're going to engage them, it's something that we're going to look to that on next future.
And what capacity gaps do you see in your country in relation to adaptation planning? For example, at the individual level, but also at the institutional level. In your opinion, for example, what are the 3 most important skills necessary to develop and implement a NAP?
That's a very important question, and it's a very difficult one to respond on that. But as developing country and also as the LDC country, of course, there are many challenges in terms of capacity, and this is our main flag in terms of trying to address this issue. And and those limitations are both related to institutional and individual capacity. And what all we are trying to do is try to address the capacity, starting with the individuals first, and then think how those individuals can strengthen the institutional and move on. In terms of three key gaps, I mean, I would say that, for example, accessing vulnerability for longer future is one of the gaps that we need to address. How to integrate adaptation into development plans, programs, and strategies. It's also something that we need to understand a bit more how we're going to do that, how we're going to work with other institutions in terms of trying to integrate this component under NAP's preparation and implementation. And the third one may be related to how to design and implement projects or using programmatic approach or whatever, but you need at certain point to have a very clear perspective on how you're going to implement, design and implement projects. Otherwise you will always relate to consultants, and when you deal always with consultants, then you have less resource to do your activities, and few people from national people participate in real process. We think that those are some key elements that having them would assist the country to go with the necessary speed in terms of NAP preparation and implementation.
Okay, thanks. And how do you think that the NAP-GSP, the Global Support Program, could help your national adaptation plans and initiatives? In which way?
Training. Training is the key word for that. If we can get assisted in terms of training, and the training can be outside training, people from Angola joining activities outside, and also GSP people coming in, involving more people, would be some very, very important for us. We believe that once we have people trained on how to do the things, we don't need anything else. Those people will be dealing with the projects, implementing projects, raising funds, negotiating, and implementing. Training is the most important part of it.
Are already success stories or early lessons learned in terms of NAP-GSP in Angola?
Not yet, because this is something that we are starting. The NAPs, of course, we are bringing lessons from NAPA, but as a country, we feel that it's important starting right. And on that, the mandate is something important. We are doing a few activities, but all of them are kept by ourselves until we get the necessary mandate, so that we can then bring those plans that we have already started forward.